Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. It's not better than the Blue Oyster. You can't be. I don't think I can't handle better than this. Is like.
I'll talk about this. Okay, so claws.
You've talked about that like 5 times on the show.
Okay, so just refer back to other episodes for claws. But claws, I have always wanted to kind of be that.
But quick synopsis: it's a money laundering thing.
Yeah, it's like the girl who owns a nail salon and she money launders for this like these
Crime
people.
organization.
Yeah, and I would like. I don't know if I want to be a crime organization, but I think it'd be cool.
Who would you money launder for them?
That's true.
It has to be a crime organization.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck it, mafia. Come on, let's do it. No, I'm just kidding. But I think it's just like so like it's such an illegal thing, guys. I know it, and I would never
but
actually
there's
do
something
it.
about it, dude.
I'd never actually do it, but like I'm just like to have that much money and then to just do that kind of work seems like really, really skewed.
Yeah, you can do tax evasion with it easy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just make it a cash business.
Again, I'm never gonna do this.
But no, there's something about it though.
There really is, and so I don't know. We were just talking about something.
I feel
before
like it's
the show.
almost like, at least for me, there's a part of me that like wants to like be a banker or own a bank.
yeah.
And I feel like money laundering is like the underground banker. So like you still
For
get the same
sure,
feeling
dude.
of like this money and power, but like now you're like, but I'm on the underground.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
so like I think it's almost like that.
I don't know. It just seems so interesting to me, like how long these people and like it's just stupid. It's stupid, like careless shit that gets them caught. It's not even the fact that they just get caught. Like it's like they fuck up because they get in love with someone who they're like working with. That won't ever happen to me.
Are you just talking about in the shows?
Shows? Yeah. Period.
Yeah,
that's always how it like ends up.
dude. Okay. I don't know. Should we just do the intro? I guess I want to.
Yeah. Welcome to Smoke with Us.
I'm Blue.
And I'm Eastwood. And this is our virtual smoke circle, guys.
Yeah, we created this to hopefully bring the community together over the airways, bruh.
Through the ether. Connect with us. But yeah, so we are smoking on some Blue Dream flower. We rolled.
You referred to the internet a lot as the ether, and at first I was like, are you serious? Like, it's called the internet. But then there's a part of me that's like, oh shit, it is called an Ethernet cable.
Yep.
Why? I was like, maybe they do use the ether.
Yeah. Anyways, we're smoking on Blue Dream. We rolled 2 blunts.
We smoked one.
And then now we're going to continue on throughout the episode to the second one. I'm probably
Maybe.
at like a 7.
I mean, I'm at a 7.5, but like my body, like I feel like my spirit's ahead of my body. If you get
That's
what I'm
hilarious.
saying, like
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I'm technically at a 7.5, but I know I'm going places.
Yeah. Yeah. So at this point, you should pause the episode if you are not at a 7 or 7.5 and catch up to us because these episodes are only fun when you're high because they're just absolutely outrageous. And we hope that you guys like talk to us in your cars alone or wherever you're at. I've done that before on podcasts.
You say you want us to become their imaginary friends?
Yeah, dude, on podcasts, I've like my 2 friends had a podcast one time and they don't really do it anymore, but they were talking about music shit and I love music. So I would listen to it and I know them so well that I would be like, yeah, dude, like, oh shit, they're not here. And I'd have to like stop and then talk about it the next time I saw them.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so it's just for me. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's hilarious. All right, we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. And we're back.
What were we talking about? Money laundering.
Yeah.
I remember. Dude, you know what always cracks me up? When someone says something to me about real life that I know they're saying to me because they've only seen certain situations in movies. Like one time I was like with a friend and we were like trying to leave a car someplace or whatever, or like, and they're like, what should we do? And I was like, let's put the keys in the under the seat. And they're like, but then someone stole the car. And I was like, maybe, but they would A, have to find the keys and B, be wanting to steal this car anyway. But it was going to be a quick thing, you know? But they're like, but that's
It's like your car's a piece of shit and no
they're-
one wants to steal it. Linda.
well, yeah. And I was like, who's going to do that? They're going to assume it's locked. It's a piece of shit car. I was like, it only has to be here an hour. And we were in like a suburb. Okay. It was not like a city situation or anything like that either. And they're like, what happens if someone hops in the car and checks there and checks there? I was like, oh, have you heard a lot of stories about that? Like, do you know anyone personally? I was like, are you just saying that because you've seen a lot of movies? And they were like, movies.
That's so fucking funny.
And like, there's just other situations where like someone says something. I'm like, are you just saying this because of movies or you have personal experience?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you should be worried more about your Cadillac converter being stolen from your fucking car.
That happened in our neighborhood
Yeah,
like this week.
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. Like, you gotta be more worried about a Cadillac converter going missing than someone fucking stealing your shit.
Well, especially if you don't have like a good car.
I mean, they might part it out, but like they could
or
steal
steal your
it.
tires, dude. But like, I was like, they're not assuming you leave things in cars like that. One, because of movies. Why?
Dude, one time
the car was fine. We did.
Oh my
car
God.
was fine.
One time I was going to a show at the shitty little dive bar close to where we live,
Mm-hmm.
and like I park, and I had like kind of a nice car, just a Scion TC. It was okay, but it had nice rims because it came stock like that. And I get out and I park in front of these people's house because it's street parking. You kind of have to. And the guy like comes out. He's like, "Hey man, I like your car." I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." Like, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Those are really nice tires. You better watch out about those." I was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, I saw a car the other day, got their tires stolen. So they were good, nice. I was like, you don't fucking tell me that as I'm going into a venue.
I'm like, are you going to steal my tires?
Yeah. So I literally I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I like walked around the corner, waited till he went back inside, and I got in my car and I drove away and parked somewhere else. I was like, I am not about to come out of this fucking show.
With your thing on like cinder blocks.
Yeah. And me having no tires. And at the time I was like young and broke. Like I've always been broke. And I'm just like, I don't have the money to fucking pay for that. I can barely get McDonald's right now.
/ like get it towed too.
Yeah, dude.
Like honestly, if I came out, I'd be like, well, looks like my car's stuck gone.
It's a whole fucking process that I do not want to deal with. So I moved it. But that's just what made me think of that. Because I'm like, why are people so afraid?
Why doesn't life insurance cover your life? And what I mean by that is why can't you just get all insurance? That's just like, hey, something shitty happened that wasn't your fault, pretty provably, and then we'll help you cover it. Like if your car gets stolen, I know that technically you have theft insurance or whatever. Why doesn't someone just go like, hey man, we'll cover a lot of the expenses. You have to give us like 30% of your check. But that's because your car tomorrow, when your car doesn't start and whatever you have to do with it, we're good cover it, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the time you break your leg, we're good cover it, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's like, you that would give us like 1/3.
Dude, just envelop everything. Healthcare, vision.
That's what I'm saying.
Insurance.
Just like your whole life. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would be in negotiation with like how much of my whole earnings could they take if they guaranteed no matter what happened to me negatively, it was covered. That's almost worth it, bro.
Yeah. And you know, the crazy thing is I would probably be okay with a microchip if that was the case.
I mean,
if
that's what I'm saying.
Hey, in order to have this, you have to get microchip just so we can keep all your data there.
I don't know if I'd do that, but what I'm saying is I'll talk about it. Like,
well, let's see what we can negotiate here, government.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and like, I understand at that point, I am probably talking about like some personal freedoms.
Oh yeah. Dude,
but it's like, again, if they promise to cover everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, down for that.
I'm not even saying I would at that point because now we're getting into like deeper issues, you know. But I'd meditate on it, you know.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'd chew it over. I might say no in the end, but you get me thinking,
dude. You know, I had like a thought the other day. I was like, our world is like it with all the weird shit going on right now. Like, you know, wherever you're at, you probably have Corona affecting your area, and like,
I know alcoholism is just nuts.
Getting like no. And then like the alien shit that we talk about all the time, and like all these things that are kind of happening, like we talked about earlier today, like
maybe
like the
we
production
are in the simulation.
You know, like the production companies are moving to a different state, and like from like LA because they don't want like they're going to restrict shit.
Okay, and we're not saying they are. There's some rumblings.
Yeah, it's rumors, but it's just like, is the world crumbling?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the simulation guy going like, what happens if we turn it to 11?
Right? It's just nuts to me that like Just the world's changing. Like
You know what
we
else
may
is
never
fucking
do
nuts to
social
think?
shit like we used to.
Right. But you know what else is fucking nuts to think about? There's like some fucking tribe in the Amazon right now that has no idea anything fucking changing. Like they're just
Isn't
chilling.
there one in Thailand too? Like off the coast of Thailand or
I don't
India?
know. I mean, there's a bunch of like.
Well, there's like an
little tribes.
indigenous tribe that hasn't. I think it's Thailand or India.
Are you talking about the ones that killed the missionary? My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But that's what I'm saying. There's like tribes that are like, they don't have anything. Like, I mean, as far as like people are like Corona, and they're just like, oh, another day in the cycle. Let me fish, or whatever, dude.
Yeah.
It's just nuts to think about.
Yeah, it's really crazy to me. I'm just like, this is not before like, I mean, if things don't get better, we're eventually going to have TV dwindle and movies are going to dwindle, and we're just going to be like, what the fuck?
No, dude,
do?
it's just gonna be a rise of CGI, dude. It's just gonna be a bunch of CGI guys working from home.
Here we're gonna give you a really good ass camera and then
That's what I'm
create
saying.
a backdrop.
Shipping these rigs of like 25 cameras to actors' houses to get all angles.
And like with someone to set it up,
Yeah.
in like a hazmat suit.
Yeah, dude. That's what's gonna happen. It's just weird CGI shit. Maybe claymation booms in a new way.
Oh yeah, dude.
Puppet shows come back, bro.
It is crazy to me how these ad agencies though have been getting ads out like nobody's business for Corona. It was so
I know. Well,
fast.
some of them too. I'm like, that looks like you shot it.
I know, like with 10 people in the
I'm
frame.
like, you shooting in Georgia? Like, where you at?
Like seriously, like you back in China, bitch? Like what's happening?
Also, Georgia's like fully opened up now, right?
I don't know, dude.
I heard they were.
Probably.
I think
It
they
makes
are.
sense.
But I also haven't heard anything since. Like, I'm not saying like they're all dead. I'm saying, I'm saying like,
It's like The Walking Dead
doesn't sound like
became real.
and I know technically we'd have to like wait 2 weeks to really see the full effects, blah 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 blah. But it's just like I haven't heard anything good or bad. It's just like they're just like I feel like everything's just like, has anything happened yet?
And this is the perfect time to be smoking. And I have definitely smelled more weed around in general.
Yeah, dude. I opened
Than
my
I ever
door
have before.
I opened my door to my apartment to check if there's a package at my door. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And it was pretty early. Like I just woke up. And I opened the door and literally just weed punched me in the
Oh, yeah.
face smell. And I was like, ooh, someone is loud today.
Yeah, and like I feel like people are like just have this common courtesy here in our apartment buildings at least. So they're like, hey, okay, like we're loud. You have loud ass dogs. You have loud ass dogs, but smoke weed. You smoke weed, and we can just do it like the fuck we want.
Yeah, it's just like
So like we're gonna
Every-
respect that.
everyone's just being like, I won't disturb you if you don't disturb me.
Exactly. And
That's
I
kind of
love
like
that.
my life ethos though. I'm like,
I love that. Like I'm not like we help the lady next to us because she's like old and like lives alone and
Yeah.
she's super fucking sweet. But like at the same time, like I don't really talk to her that much. So it's
Yeah.
not like a nuisance on my life.
yeah. No, I feel
Not that I hate people, but
No, I feel you. Well, that's like that's like, I will never correct essentially anyone if they don't correct me, meaning like, I'll never complain about you being loud, even if you're hella fucking loud, as long as you never say anything about shit I do.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, if you don't say anything about shit I do, then do you, boo boo.
Dude, I
like-
fucking hate snitches.
Oh, dude.
So I moved into this apartment with like
that was the
3
craziest thing about LA to me. The guy was like, normally snitches get stitches, but in this, do you know about that?
No.
He's telling people to snitch on people for breaking the stay-at-home order.
Oh
And he was
my
offering
God.
them rewards.
Who was?
The mayor of LA.
Oh my God.
And he was like, he literally said this in the press conference. He said, normally snitches get stitches, but in this case, snitches get rewards, which I was like, first of all, what a fucking horrible opportunity missed there. Snitches get riches, you dummy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, if you want to turn the phrase, turn it, bitch. Like,
But I think for him to say rewards, it's like we're not saying it's cash or a new car, but it can be something of value.
I think it's cash.
But with riches though, it's like we're gonna give you like 10 grand.
But he also just verified snitches get stitches.
That's true. I
So
mean,
he's,
riches is better,
he's
though, for
saying
sure.
that like you will get beat. You will. So I'm just saying, if we want to take that literal, you already messed up. But yeah, snitches get riches, first of all. And second of all, I was like, you fucking snitch. Like, as soon as I was like, you're a dirty rat.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's not just a horrible plan. Everybody's, you're feeding the worst of humanity.
Dude, I know this like outreach group in LA that feeds the hungry. They're feeding people now like groceries, like giving people like whole ass grocery bags.
Feeding them it, and they're like, eat this whole orange.
And so much so that the LAPD came with like a storming brigade of like helicopters and cop cars
And arrested them all
to
for
give
being
them
too nice.
for not standing 6 feet apart. No, but for they gave them all like they like replenished their food supply. Like the LAPD got like rounded up together and they all gave them money and like gave them groceries and shit
Yeah.
to like replenish. And I was like, that's so fucking nice.
That is
All
nice.
these like nice and like all these rich people giving away money and shit. I mean, I haven't seen any of it, but like, damn, like that's nice.
I
I'm like,
know.
why isn't my luck kicking in right now? I have the most stupid luck, guys. Like I win concert
But this
tickets
is
on
what
Instagram.
this is what I'm saying. The reason why your luck is not kicking in right now is because like it's too big.
Oh my god.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's too big of a like, yeah. Your luck kicks in when you're like, oh, I would love to have that CD a week early. And then you just like tag 8 friends. And then they're like, the winner is Eastwood. And you're like, dude, I got the CD a week early with a shirt.
No. Let me tell you how this goes down. No. I say I want the CD a week early. I contact the singer of the group and I get a YouTube playlist of all their new tracks before they come out.
That's hilarious. I mean, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's like your luck. Having like relief monetarily, that's not your luck.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or okay, yeah. Perfect example. I get the the fucking record a week or two early from the singer, but I enter to win their vinyl player with a record, and I didn't get picked.
Yeah,
That's my luck.
yeah, exactly.
But you know, it's so scary to see where concerts are gonna go, dude. Like concerts, it almost makes me want to cry a little bit because
Some people are saying they're never coming back.
it makes me want to cry a little bit because it's like concerts were like my thing. Like I did like 10 to 15 concerts a year,
Mm-hmm.
every year. Like I like people go on vacations. I go to concerts because I love music so much and like the theatrics behind it. But the music industry has stated that they're like trying to figure out what they're going to do to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And that like, one, they might not be coming back to 2021, if not fall 2021. 2, no more moshing or crowd surfing, and it will be enforced at every venue, or you can't be a venue. And just like all this social distancing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I made friends at concerts
Yeah.
by being close to people, because not that like I like that, but like you're like, oh, I bumped into you. I'm
You don't
sorry,
like
man.
being close to people.
No, I don't. Not really. But I love. It's
I don't
not
think
like
that's true at all.
It's not that like no, because I like seated concerts more, and you're still kind of close to the person.
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
But anyways, who cares? That's not the point. My point being is like this just fucking makes me so depressed. That like I had 3 concerts already planned this year, and all of them got postponed till the fall.
Yeah.
Probably going to be canceled.
Yeah. Well, I'm worried about comedy.
Dude, it sucks.
Like, when are they going to have open mics again?
I think what they should do is they should do like a video chat thing,
Mm-hmm.
but do like host like a video chat open mic.
I've
night.
seen pros do it, and it's awful.
Is a bad.
Those are people that I normally find hilarious. And I'm not saying their jokes aren't even funny. It's just something. There's a disconnect now. Like it's not even like watching a special, dude. Like
Yeah.
if anything, they need to just have open mic specials. Like you show up and you try to do a special with a small crowd, and like we only let 3 people in the room at a time, a cameraman, you, and like the guy who flashes the light. And
Oh
that
my
would be
God.
better, dude. So there's just something about it. Like when they're like just like in their house and they're like, so the other day my daughter was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, blah. You're just like, why am I listening to this story right now? I don't know you personally. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like you
I almost think it's so to the point of intimacy that you're like, why am I here?
But that's the thing. Like you go on stage, you don't like. Some people talk about their families, but like you're like saying that they say jokes that are like current, and I'm like, they don't need to do that. Just fucking act like you're.
I was just giving an example.
Put a camera
I'm
far
sa-
away from you. Stand up. Put a backdrop behind you with like a fucking fake ass mic stand. Make something fun of it, and do like a fucking comedy show.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I'm telling you what a comedy show is. You're telling me be more like a show, like a monologue.
Well, no, because you'd have people come and they would be like viewing you. Drag people do it. Drag is all about being in a club where you can touch people and take money.
You
from
like
them.
the drags?
I fucking love the like digital drag shows. They're like full on fucking music videos, dude.
Yeah.
Like they get really fucking creative with it and they're hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's just like they do that. Like that could be the future of drag.
Right.
Like if this shit doesn't like work out, drag queens have a future.
Just like a weird chatterbait for drag.
Yeah, and they do like they have like they like tip them in like with Cash App and like Venmo and PayPal and shit, and it's just like that's ingenious.
Yeah,
because really like it would actually be easier for a drag queen to do it at home with all their shit there than to go to a club and carry all their shit with them and get ready in a club.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe you're speaking too much to the benefits of it, meaning like maybe it's easier to technically get ready, but maybe they're broke as shit and live in a shitty place.
That's true.
And like they can only afford like you know what I mean? So it's
Dude,
like
I got it.
It's like to actually look fierce, it's like way harder.
I got it.
They have to become a DIY expert.
There needs to be a studio that opens that has smaller rooms with like full size stages. Like however
So you're
like,
talking about like the Cam Girl Farms.
Well, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but like that. And then like you rent out the rooms if you're like an entertainer.
Like
and
a Cam Girl.
A comedian, and you like get like they provide you with like whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
And so they give you like backdrops, they give you like a mic stand, they'll like put a system there so you can hear yourself, like all that shit. And then they're like, you can invite like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
They space them out throughout the thing.
But you like these like drag shows?
I do. I really do.
Or it's not just like
I'll have to
something
show you
also,
some.
because like have you seen any of these concerts?
Like drags? Like,
No, just normal concerts.
oh yeah, I saw Lady
those aren't the
Gaga's.
same.
I saw Lady Gaga's. Yeah, and I get that. Like that. Yeah, that really isn't the same.
That's why I think is more akin to the stand-up comedy. So it's
but
not,
comedy
it's
is
not the
all
same.
all it is standing up there and telling jokes. Like I get there's crowd interaction and shit like
Yeah,
that.
and all there is in concerts is playing music, but it's still different.
I guess that's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you're really like there's an energy thing. Even if you're watching it recorded as a stand-up show, it's still different.
But like
Do you
we
get what I mean?
see, but
like
my
even
thing,
playing a record, like even a recording of a live concert feels different than what artists are doing right now.
well, and what I'm saying too is everything feels different live, so you can't argue with that. Like you
But
see,
you are.
But what I'm saying, but what I'm saying though, no, you're missing my point. You're missing my point. My point is all these people are adapting. Musicians are adapting. Movie people are adapting. Fucking John Krasinski, whatever. What's the fuck his name? John from fucking The Office.
Krasinski.
Yes, he has some good news, and he does it from his fucking office.
Yeah,
And like,
but it is a worse show than if you wanted a high quality.
for sure, but it's fucking good though. Like I'm
Okay,
like John.
so-
No, and this
I
is
just
my
don't
thing.
get what you're arguing here.
Is comedians can do it. Whether it's like if
No, but what I'm saying is they can't do the specific art. And if you want to do that specific art, when can you do that? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying comedy has died because live shows cannot return. There's tons of good digital comedy. But I'm saying if you want to be a stand-up comedian, when is that? Just like if you wanted to be a live concert performer.
Yeah, I guess
When
that's
is
true
that?
because you can't really get a fan base on Zoom.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying fan base though. See, like I think you're just saying, "Hey guys, we can still be famous, yay!" And I'm saying, no, I'm not saying can we still be famous? Yes, we can still be famous. I'm saying, can we can we still do these specific arts?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
I don't know.
saying?
I mean, I do, I do, but I just think at some point in time,
I
everything
feel like-
has to adapt and change in some way. And so it's just like, okay, well, I'm more about like, let's figure out
Right, but
something.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Let's change it to something that I think would hit you more personally. Let's say it just becomes way cheaper and makes more sense to them only to do CGI from now on. And they're not even going off of actors. So acting dies in the way you want to do it. You're saying we should just adapt.
I'd be a voice actor. I don't give a fuck. No, I
But
get
you
what
get
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
I get what you're saying. Like, yes, there will be some arts that will potentially be really impacted by this. But I always think comedy is going to have a place.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you're getting rid of
thinking,
subgenres. That's like me being like metal's dead because pop has a place.
Yeah, but
Do
I
you get what I'm
rebuttal to
saying?
that, even- I'm not going to say
No,
it, but I have one.
No, it's not. This isn't an argument.
No, I know it's not an argument.
No, but
taking
I'm
it
not saying
that.
like I'm not saying like I disagree with your points. I'm saying you're never actually touching my point. I'm saying, when is this coming back? And you're like, there's the internet.
But here's the thing, though, is like,
And you're like, maybe we never need it because the internet.
but like, the thing is, like, we don't know if it's ever gonna like get to the back to the way that it was.
Yeah.
And like, that's just something I'm thinking. Like, now for that, now like the side of me that's like, hey, let's find a solution for it. That's kind of like where my mind's going. Instead of focusing on, am I ever gonna get that back? It's like, what can I do now to capitalize so that if that eventually comes back, I can go back to it. But then I also have this over here to where I'm like still making, like, thriving on what I love.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I get it. A lot of shit's going to be impacted and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
We won't be able to fucking do, like, I loved moshing and going to shows and doing all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, I might not be able to do it ever again.
Yeah. So you can say that that's dead.
I know. And it's sad, but like,
But like this whole conversation started because I was saying, when is this coming back? I don't want it to be dead. And then you go, there's comedy on the internet.
well, I felt like you were like, oh man, like, I'm not going to be interested in comedy anymore if it's not all live.
Yeah. I'm not interested in concerts anymore if they are what they're on online. I'm not
Really?
enjoying them. Yeah. I'd rather just listen
okay.
to their album.
I get that. I am. I think it's fun and cool. Like what these artists have been doing.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, but that's me.
Yeah. So I was like, I might not be into stand-up comedy if they're not like live performances.
So do you really love comedy then?
Yeah. There's different ways of loving things.
You're quick to ditch it, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
But-
what I was saying is like, I think it's that's what I'm saying is like, you keep bringing up different art forms. And it's like, yeah, I'll still like sketch comedy or whatever on the internet, but it doesn't mean I have to still like a person doing stand up if it's changed that dramatically.
But what I'm saying though, is that might not go away if they can do something like what like Netflix specials look like. Cause you're probably into all of those, aren't you?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying they should do.
Yeah. But like, and that's what I'm saying with like the little like micro studio things.
Yeah. Like the
idea.
cam girl things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except you'd have to have people there as well.
For sure.
Otherwise, just talking to an echoey room.
Let's just soundproof it. But yeah.
What a weird.
Yeah, that would be really weird. Dampening room and you're like, hi. And it's like, you don't hear any reverberation. It's like a flat.
Dude, that would make comedy so awkward because you
Oh
would
my
say
God.
if there's no one in there and it's not even an echo, so you're just like you say the punchline and then it's just
Well, they would put
no, not even that. That was too fast. It's just after you said a punchline, you'd be like, "Is this even fucking funny?"
What if comedy dies because of this?
Stand up wise, it could. I don't know if it will because okay, I feel like to be fair, we've been talking about a lot of doomsday scenarios.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
what's probably going to happen is we're going to slowly open up and slowly get herd immunity and and
Oh,
it'll
for
still
sure.
be a thing. People will still die just like they do of the flu. Might be worse. I'm not saying it won't be worse. Do you get what I mean? But it's still like enough of a level where we all kind of live with it and are just cautious if we're sick. Do you get what I mean? So like a more cautious normal. Like that's probably most likely what's going to happen. So everything will kind of survive. It will just have to deal with this stutter step.
Yeah,
But I was
for
just
sure.
saying, in a doomsday scenario, I don't think I'd be watching stand up, unless it was like small shows being recorded.
Yeah, and I don't know
Like
if
if
I
it's
would
just a
be,
guy in his room with like a curtain as his backdrop, just being like,
dude, I would almost kind of like love if artists like rent out, you know, like how they always have those like warehouses where they set their stage up before they go on tour and they like practice it with like their dancers and shit.
oh, okay,
and, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
routines. What if they just film that?
Yeah,
Like you just get from an angle that you would see on like a live broadcast of a fucking
yeah.
concert,
I mean, that would definitely be better.
and you could just like shimmy, shimmy,
But
shimmy.
here's the deal: is like the reason they're not doing it is like at that point you have at least 40 people there.
yeah,
Like
no, I
now you're
know.
just doing a small concert. So why don't we just do a small concert?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be really interesting to see what happens, and like it's probably going to be nothing. It's probably going to just slowly open back up, and then we'll be
and
good.
we'll all have like a perspective change.
Yeah,
So maybe not as many handshakes.
which I kind of hope. Like I kind of hope there is a little bit of a perspective change. I think we need that.
Well, I mean, there is. It'll just be interesting to see where people land as a whole.
Yeah.
Do you want to smoke a second blunt?
No.
That's what I was saying, man. That's like you when you were like, we'll each have our own blunt, and then I was like, well, I kind of want to share them, and then you're like, we'll just be passing back and forth to each of the blunts. We'll both eat off the other one. I was like, fuck, dude. Like if I smoked the blunt, I take like 2 hits and then stamp it out, type of thing. Like not a, no thank you.
I just love weed so much. It's just.
I mean, that's why we started the podcast.
That's true.
You don't get a smoking podcast because you hate something,
right? I'm like smoking as I'm crying. Yeah, I'm so high.
Oh man. Well, that to me is like that to me is always the most depressing image of any addiction.
Yeah,
is someone being like, I don't even like it anymore. They're like, but I hate it without it. Like,
yeah, I know.
And you're like, oh god,
what are you doing? Like that's usually like harder drugs. Like, I hate heroin, but it keeps me alive.
That's what I'm saying. They're like,
that's really bad. I don't mean that.
They're. What do you mean? What are you talking about? That's a real situation. What don't you mean there?
No, that is. It hits too close to home. I was like, fuck. I know people like that.
Yeah, dude.
Not that I've ever done that, but like my family members.
The worst is like seeing like
members.
veins that are like overused and they're like scabby and stuff. That shit.
Oh my god. Or meth mouth.
Dude, I got driven home by a guy high on heroin that I didn't even realize he was high on heroin because I was so inexperienced with drugs and shit. And so like he just went to the bathroom for a long time, came out and was like falling asleep in his chair. And he's like, let's go. And I was like, okay. And I was like, are you sure you're okay to drive? You were like passing out on that chair. He's like, oh yeah, I was a little sleepy. Once I get driving, I'll be totally fine. And he drove me home high on heroin.
Oh my god.
I made it. But like looking back, I'm like, oh fuck, he was high as fuck on heroin.
That's scary.
Yeah, dude. He would stay at stop signs too long.
Oh my god.
Like he'd stop and be like, we're good, man. And he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, are you sure you're good to drive? I was like, I could drive. He's like, nah, man, I got it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then later he stole my PS3 and my sound system.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Good times. And stole from the church
Praise
that my dad was pastoring at the time.
Praise
be.
Praise Judas. I don't know.
Did you forget like
no,
the name of all gods?
No, like it was weird. Like I was gonna say praise the devil, but I was like, that feels wrong. I don't know why I felt that in this moment, but I was like, that just doesn't feel right.
Well, I mean, even as a joke, I don't really understand it. Meaning like, I mean, I guess I kind of understand it as a joke, but it's just like, why would you like, even if you don't believe, the devil is the representation of evil.
I honestly like saying Hail Satan to people that I know are super Christian because it's like fucking annoying. And I'm like, Hail Satan. Like I do something stupid like that. Just because like, and like, it's not even like adults. Like it's like people of my age, like peers.
You do realize you're an adult, right?
I know, sadly, but
like you are reasonably in an age to have like children.
Yeah, I probably should have children.
And be like raising kids,
dude.
Like, you're like, I'm not saying adults, I'm saying me.
I'm just really like, I want kids, I really do, but like, I'm gonna be that parent that's like seems semi-distant, and it's not because I don't love my kids. It's because I hate my life. Them. No, it's because I hate my life. And not that like, and I know kids should make your life better, and maybe they will. Maybe I'll have a perspective change.
It's not like you don't love your kids. You just kind of hate being a parent.
Yeah. And like, I'm just like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Like, you guys hold me back from smoking weed all the time now. Like, fuck.
I can't wake and bake because of you little shit.
But then there's a part of me is like, okay, but when they're 21, I can be like, hey, so I want you to come here, come into my lair. And I like pass a blunt with them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I wish I had that kind of relationship with my parents to where like, and I know
what if they don't like weed?
Okay, whatever. Pop a beer. I don't give a fuck.
What if they're like teetotalers?
So
they're like, really, Dad, you have to do that while I'm here?
I'll just be sad. Be like,
you're like, what did I do? Why did I do any of this for? What did I do any of this for?
Why did I even let you breathe? No, I'm just kidding.
Why are you doing this while I'm here? You know I don't like it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'll be a great person, a great dad.
I'm pretty sure I'll be a great person one day. You'll see.
I'm pretty sure I'll be a great dad, but it's just like, I don't know. I mean, they're going to be really hard on my kids, or I'm going to be really not hard. I don't think I'll have a happy median, which sucks, but
I feel like that's up to you.
I know.
I just feel like kids are a gamble because you can be the best parent in the world and still get a crazy one.
That's very true.
So like, you can be the best parent in the world, raise 3 great kids, and then for whatever reason, that 4th one killed 12 people.
Oh my god. Hashtag
And you're like,
genetics.
you're just like, God, why?
Dude, I wonder if like, okay, so this makes me think of something. You have a kid grows up, a little odd, but you're like, huh, okay, he's creative, whatever. Not that all creative people are odd, but he's just an oddball.
Good ones are.
Right? For real though, history tells that. And then you find out that he murders someone. And you're like, fuck. Like, could I do that? Like,
Well-
he's my child.
Oh,
So like,
you would look at
is it in my blood too?
I would just blame my spouse.
It's all your fault, Karen. Oh my god, yeah. That's just a crazy thought to me though. Like, I would be like, man, that's really fucking hard.
Well, if you want to be honest, the only reason any of us are here is because our ancestors were better at violence than other people's ancestors.
That's very true.
So, like, do you have murder in your blood? Guaranteed.
Probably.
Guaranteed. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are now. It's in your blood. Do you have to dig a little deeper for some people? Yes. But it's there.
Not that we're murderers, guys. Like, I don't want people to think that. But
No, it's that we're all murderers.
as a collective. So, Animal Crossing might be one of my favorite games of all time.
I think you have to say it at this point.
Yeah, and it's fucking nuts. And like, I usually am like a shooter kind of guy. Like, I like shooters. I like RPGs too. I fucking love RPGs actually, which is probably why I like Animal Crossing so much. But just the amount of shit and like the way things look and how many different variations of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I understand why it took you forever to make this game.
Right.
And it looks decent. Like,
Oh,
almost
yeah.
good, arguably, for a Switch game.
I think it does look good in like a stylized way. Like,
Yeah.
like I think the graphics are good enough at this point that it will be like a timeless look.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You get what I mean? Like you won't be like, wow, but like in 20 years you'd see the game and be like, it still looks pretty good.
Have you seen the GameCube version?
Yeah, I think
Bro.
the art style overall could have been timeless on better hardware. Like I think they just hit it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Because all the other games are on like not as good hardware, so they have to have these jagged lines.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it makes them look ugly. But I think we got to the point where they can now have all the smoothness. So now their art style is timeless.
Yeah. No, it's a really good fucking game.
Yeah,
Like-
but that's why I was like, yesterday I was even telling you, that's why I love remakes. It's because of shit like that. It's because it makes...
Dude, the new Tony Hawk remake?
Yeah, it looks so good.
Fuck yes. Dude, they honestly, like, it still looks like the same game, but in this age. Like, the way that you said it the other day was
Yeah,
the
no,
best.
that's what I'm saying. Is like that's why I like remakes. Is it's because it makes games look as good as I remember them.
Yeah.
Because like when you're on PS1, it looks perfect to you.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that's the
for
best
sure.
graphics you have. You're like, oh my god, that looks exactly like fucking Tony Hawk. And now you go back and it looks like a 11th grader who took art class wrote on a potato bag.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, I can tell you made it look kind of like a person, but what's with the pudgy face?
Yeah, dude. And they're going hard with this remaster.
Yeah.
Like, in the paint, dude. Like, it looks so fucking fun. And they're keeping all the same controls, too. So they're, like, going to have you button mash to do combos and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so fucking ready. And it's
I-
1 and 2 together.
Oh,
as
yeah,
one
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
That's
dude,
dope as fuck.
if they make Tony Hawk's Underground remake, dude.
Oh, dude.
My fucking goodness, dude. Tony Hawk's Underground, dude. Oh my God. Woo! I can't even handle it, dude. It let you become like essentially like I wish there was a little bit more open forum with it, but like it was the first time a skateboarding game was like you become a pro skateboarder, so you get your own sponsorship, you choose and shit like that. And I was like, fucking A, man.
Yeah, we were
Like,
always like, we were the
dude,
people who wanted to be skaters.
that
but we
was my
couldn't skate.
13-year-old wet dream, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And like Tony Hawk's Underground, dude.
Dude, they're doing 1 and 2. That's probably on the way, man. I don't see why they wouldn't do that one either.
I want them to remake the Tony Hawk's up to I think it was American Wasteland.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They're all so fucking good, dude.
ooh.
I low-key liked the snowboarding games.
I feel. Oh, dude. Okay, so I like the snowboarding games, even like the more realistic, like Tony Hawk-ish ones. Like not like crazy realistic, but kind of realistic. But the ones that like I love, dude, it was like the SSX, dude.
Oh yeah.
Or like the arcade ones, you flip in the air and they like take off their board and like flip around and then put it back on before they land.
Dude, I like the street basketball games.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude.
NBA
Did you ever
Street.
play NFL Street?
No.
The first two were so good, dude. Oh my God.
Oh, another thing too, hot take. Cyberpunk is letting you customize the genitals of your character.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I am like CD
think-
Projekt Red. I just want to say if one of you guys are listening to this right now, probably not, but if you are, fucking thank you. Like, thank you so much.
I know, dude.
And like, it's so weird and maybe like creepy to say, but like, it's just like, that's the one thing that I'm like, is it bad that I kind of want this? Like, is
Dude,
it?
I'm going to say this unironically. It's one of the biggest innovations in gaming.
I mean,
Someone finally broke through and committed to it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be like, you know what? Why don't we let them customize fucking everything?
yeah. And like, okay, your game is M, so you can't buy it unless you're 18 or 17.
But I don't even think the M rule applies as like the R rule in movies. Like most R-rated movies don't make as much as PG-13.
Well, I remember.
I would argue. I think most of the best-selling games of all time are rated M.
Oh, that's true.
No, so I'm saying like I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
I was thinking of
I'm
Grand
not-
Theft
I'm-
Auto because Grand Theft Auto when it first came out was like actually like higher than an M, I think.
No. Their hot coffee on San Andreas when they found that hack that let you do the like sex mini game, that made them have to rate it A
No, I'm talking about the
until
original
they
game.
patched it. No, they don't. It wasn't.
Oh,
Rockstar
okay.
has all these legends behind it because moms got so mad at it.
That's hilarious.
So that all these kids are like, did you know how bad the first game was?
yeah.
Like they'll be like, you could murder and da 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 and blah, 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 blah. And then you'd be like, oh fuck, I need to play that game.
Yeah. No. Yeah, dude, customizing. Oh my God, please. Like I am going to be playing Cyberpunk for so fucking long, dude.
I know it's
Like-
like I think honestly, I think no matter where we're at, I think that almost has to be our first review of something.
I need to get my 5-star island on Animal Crossing like quickly so that come September 17th, I can or before that, I can start like a month before that, so I can start getting back into playing shooters. Because I would tell you, dude, the gap between playing a Switch and a PS4 controller is noticeable.
Dude, no, dude, it's fucking you up.
It is fucking me up, dude. Like I keep fucking pressing circle. That's why that fucking MMO game that we started playing, Final Fantasy 14, dude. That is why we had such a bad first experience with that fucking game.
Because you're like, I can't select it.
Because I was pressing circle because that's where A is on the Switch.
And that's cancel.
Yeah, and it's just like nuts. And even like the feel of the controller feels different. I'm like, why are my hands so close together?
That's how I feel with the yeah, because you play with the Switch undocked.
I played undocked.
Okay,
maybe
so
I need to stop that. Maybe
so
that's my
I
problem.
play with it. I take off the sides and I play with it on like that controller thing they give
I
you.
can do that. Yeah.
And then what happens is you switch to the PS4 and you're like, oh wow, it's so much bigger. like it's like the exact
yes.
opposite. You're like, whoa.
That's awesome.
I'm like, why are my thumbs so far apart?
Yeah. Have you seen the video for the graphics of Unreal Engine 5?
Okay, so I didn't realize there's a PS4 demo when you first told me it. PS5. I mean.
Yeah, it's PS5.
Yeah, so it's the Unreal Engine 5 on the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I've seen engine reveals, so I'm sure it's going to look great.
Yeah, they said it's like literally like every detail will now be down to the pixel.
Well, did you know? Who knows if this is just like to a publicity thing or he actually means it, but the CEO of Epic said the SSD in the PS5 is better than any high-end PC SSD.
Yeah, dude. And that's what I love about Sony. Like Microsoft is getting better, and I'll give
Are
them
they?
that. Yeah, I mean, this time around, they really have, like, they kind of gave like the players what they wanted. Like, I feel like Microsoft is on the verge of merging desktop computing and console gaming together. Like, that's the way it looks like they're going, and which makes sense. Like, it's they're fucking Microsoft. Of course, they should do that.
Yeah.
But with Sony, dude, like, I feel like they're like, because their like CEO got fired or he left or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, finally, like, okay, guys, we're all a bunch of fucking nerds. So how about we just make a fucking badass console.
Yeah.
Don't have any of the frills. Don't do anything fucking nuts like design wise. Just fucking give people like this monster ass fucking console. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like a lot of people are shitting on the PS5 right now because it doesn't look like a fucking PC. And I'm just like, Sony makes a console. Like they make computers as well, but like they're more known for their consoles, I think, than they are their computers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they're going to fucking kill it. They kill it every fucking year.
Yeah.
People always shit on Sony. They're like, oh,
Well,
Sony is going to be Sony's year. They're going to fail. They're going to do something to fuck it up.
This year, the people rooted for them, but that's because of how bad Microsoft fucked up.
What'd they do?
Well, like at the launch of the Xbox One and the PS5 before. That's why the PS4 has been leading.
Oh, yeah. No, oh, yeah, dude. Microsoft. Oh, my God. They almost buried themselves.
Which is crazy because Microsoft, which is so weird because Microsoft going into it had the momentum.
Oh, for sure.
Because the Xbox 360 was a better console than the PS3 as far as like sales and like PR for sure in the States. But like they have no market really anywhere else. Meaning like I mean people buy them, but like Japan, for example. So Sony is like a good chunk of the American market, especially when they make a good console, and then they dominate Japan. Xbox has America, and then literally has like 10% sales in like Japan, so it's like nothing. From a corporate standpoint, some people say it's not even worth it. And then Europe is okay, right? So America's their market, and they fucked it up here.
Oh yeah, because they were trying to restrict shit.
Well, and they started appealing. They tried to get more of a market, but it's a bad move if it's like a gaming console. They super appealed to like casuals.
Well, the thing,
and so all the hardcore people were like, "What?" And then Sony was like, "Hey, hardcore people, you just want games to be cool gamer people?
You don't give a fuck about what it looks like? Cool, here you go."
Yeah, and then they were like, "Yeah, Sony gets us."
Yeah,
they're like, "You used to."
For sure. And I think the thing with Sony too, or Microsoft, is they tried to be like, hey, we want to be innovative, but not hardware wise. We want to be innovative and how we allow you to use our product that you fucking pay $500 for.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag, you can only play a game online. That was going to be one of their fucking things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm like,
they took it out because if they would have went forward with it, it would have murdered them.
They would have fucking tanked that thing, one thing alone, because not everyone has fucking Wi-Fi. I know that we get it's 2020,
or even if they do, it's shitty.
Yeah, and just like my sister lives in a place where she can't get good Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
and it's 2020, and I'm like, we don't have houses out that far yet.
Well, that like my one friend, went to Straight Talk or whatever, like the Walmart cheap phone plan, which is surprisingly good. But because at least at the time they had unlimited hotspot, and so he did it and ran all of his online shit for his PS3 off of his hotspot because it was better than any internet he could get there.
See, that's what I'm saying. So they almost buried themselves.
Called him and were like, "Hey man, you gotta start paying more." He's like, they were like, you can't do 160 gigs of it like internet every month.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, you said unlimited.
And I meant unlimited.
And they're like, I mean, we're unlimited, but we're not unlimited. They're like, and he's like, that's not what it says on your shit. Like,
I mean, that's true though.
He like had to talk to them for like a month, dude.
I fucking hate that unlimited until you hit 22 gigs, then you're throttled. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Have you ever hit
22
have
gigs,
you ever
bitch?
hit the throttle limit?
No.
You see it, bro.
Oh, you do?
You see it. Like you open up a Google and it'll be like, and you're like, this is just the Google homepage. Like,
oh my God.
And it's like, and then it's weird too because it waits, right? It's throttling until it hits a certain point and then everything clocks in.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're almost like, do you really want this? And they're like, okay, guys, we have to give them at least 16 megabytes.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, here you go. It's horrible. It's horrible hitting the throttle limit. I'm like, why do I even fucking pay for unlimited? Because I, from the beginning, have been the guy who's like, needs the unlimited. Because I think the biggest reason is like growing up, I was like the last person to switch to a smartphone of anyone I knew. And not because of I wanted to. It's because like I couldn't afford it. Like my parents would like at the time I was on my parents' plan and da. And finally when I switched to my own plan, I was able to get a smartphone. And so that's when I first had it. But like my friends had it literally years before I did. And so we'd be like in the car and be like, who sings that song? And they'd be like, oh, including you. And you'd be like, oh, no. I'd be like, oh man, if only one of us had a magical thing in his pocket that could connect to the entire world information. And I just felt like all my friends used their smartphones wrong. Because like no one was watching shit at the time. No one was Googling shit all the time. Like this was like kind of new. So when I got it, dude, I was like, the world's my oyster. And so like I watched tons of videos on it and da-da-da-da. So like from the get-go, I was like, got a smartphone. I was using like 20 gigs of data every month. So when they switched to like 2, they're like 95% of customers don't use more than 2. That's why we switched our plan. And they're like, to help our customers. I was like, that last part doesn't even make sense. And I was like, right, but I use like 20 to 22. And they're like, whoa. You want to give us $500? And I was like, I used to be able to pay 30 and have unlimited. I got so mad. I was so glad when they started bringing it back.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I think too, like data is going to become like texting eventually. Like, remember when they would like limit you on text messages?
Oh yeah, dude.
It was like, oh, you can only send 500. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
That was so annoying. Oh, did I tell you what they do in Thailand?
No.
So one of the reasons like WhatsApp and all these apps kind of got created in the first place, because if you look, they're all like based out of Asia. And the reason is Asia, like for whatever reason, their business practices, whatever made them go down this path, data is their unlimited thing. So unlimited data out there, cheap as fuck. Texting is what they restrict. So if you want more texting, you have to pay more. So what everyone does is they just pay for unlimited data. Oh, and you still have to pay for minutes. So they pay for unlimited data, and then they pay for the lowest plan of minutes and texting. So basically only emergencies type of thing. So you get like 250 minutes and 250 text. And then they get Line or they get WhatsApp or they get, these Asian-based texting apps. And then they only use that. So to call people, they Line. To message people, they Line or WhatsApp. So they use the phone applications of those things. So they're like...
It's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, so the unlimited data and then all your calls and stuff go off of data.
Yeah, and then you won't have the issue with like change your number or anything like that. Just be like, oh, I'm changing my number now. This bitch is annoying me.
And because Asia has competition because of that, like system, their messaging apps are so much better, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Like when I first got Line because of being in Thailand, and everyone was like, "Line me," because I was like, "I got this little crappy phone with minutes on it." And they're like, "Just Line me on your real phone." They're like, "Just get in a coffee shop and Line me."
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay. When I got Line, dude, I fucking loved it. And like they have these sticker packs and shit, and like people use them. So they have great designs and stuff. It shows so much more emotions through little text like icons. It's so great. I loved it, dude. I would just send people stickers all day.
I will say that WeChat is a bitch to work with.
WeChat?
WeChat.
Oh, WeChat. Yeah. I've never liked WeChat. But it became big because that's like the messaging app in China, I believe.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. I know like a lot of Southeast Asia uses Line, and then Korea uses, like there's a big one in Korea. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the Cyberpunk thing real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That will be our first review. Yeah, guys, we're going to be doing that like for like a week.
One way or another. Even if we don't have cameras, we'll do like a video review, like, put up footage and shit and talk about it.
Yeah. If you guys want to hear more reviews, let us know and we'll review shit for you too.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's good.
Yeah. All right, guys, this concludes this episode. Thank you so much for listening.
To whom it may concern.
we were really fucking high. So we rate ourselves now.
Well, and if you want to follow us on anything, we're at Smoke With Us Podcast at anything we're on.
Yeah.
And if you want to email us, smokewithuspodcast@gmail. I literally almost read out my personal email. Where are you at?
I am at an 8.5.
I'd say I'm coming down to a 7.5.
Yeah.
But I definitely
I'm at an 8.
I definitely got up there though.
Yeah, I'm at an 8.
I'm definitely on the come down.
For sure. All right, guys. So we're going to send you out with our trusty outro. It's Sparkler by Saint Warhead.
Smoke weed every day.
I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee in my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls to take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mobbing, drop the glob and when the glow is up. 99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems, think I solved them till I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull
I like my
skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop. And everybody's high, you can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm done. Skip drip.
It light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark.